Smash Engineering.
Whining noise. Oh man. My pump's whining. Oh. Oh, it's hot. Oh. I'll shut that off. If only there was a video on how to change your pump. Oh, I know. I'll go check Smash Engineering. That guy's got a ton of cool videos. Welcome back to this episode of Smash Engineering. Today we're going to show you how to change out a pool pump on our setup here. Will you shut off the valve left? Right. So with that off and a check valve in place, I should be able to open this without a ton of chaos happening. If you didn't have the shutoff valves, when you open this, it would start gushing everywhere. So we'll go ahead and put that back together. Just for safekeeping, I am going to shut off the other check valve real quick. Have my filmer do it. You got it, filmer. Since I didn't bring a knife, we're gonna use something else. Not the long tool if it works. Alright, so we have the new pump here. It's not gonna cooperate. This is a extreme power pump. If I remember, I'll put the the listing or whatever of the specs of this. I think it's 0.75 horse, something like that. Maybe 1 horse, I don't know. But there she is, brand new in the box. And as per the channel, we don't need these where we're going. All right, let's go ahead and pull her out. Now, this is probably definitely going to use a little more power than the original pump, but not by much. So, the other issue is we have these hoses. I think they're 40 millimeter. I don't know. We have these hoses. So just like in my other video, the previous video where I had to retrofit the sand filter to work with these hoses. And these hoses are just awesome because you can literally just, everything's pretty modular and you can literally just unthread it, thread it on, do what you gotta do. So, again, if I remember, which I'm pretty good about it, I'll put a link to what these adapters are right now so you can see, but these basically convert what would have been, it would have been this, it's what they intend you to use, and then you put like a clamp on there, and I don't know if you can see, but that's really restrictive. I don't like restrictive, right? So this will thread into this and convert it to, and keep it nice and open. If you look in there, it's this inner diameter is the same size as the inner diameter of the pump housing itself. So of this here, okay? So what I like to do is put thread sealant on these. It's really not a requirement, but these O-rings can dry rot, and if it does happen and you don't catch it, then it'll start leaking. With this thread sealant on there, it will not. So we'll do it so that when it ends, the end of it faces away from the threads. And put as much of this on there as you like. Don't go super overkill with it, but enough. like I used quite enough on that last one, so I'm gonna use a little more on this one. And use scissors if you got them. Breaking that stuff by hand is not great. Does everyone else make a weird face when you're doing something? Like, I just caught myself doing it there. Don't judge me. All right, and then this one will thread, so you need 2 of these. And this one will thread on the inlet. And these just go hand tight. Or as the Germans would say, gluten tight. We're gonna just take this apart and inspect our O-ring. Make sure it's not got little plastic shavings like it does right here. See the plastic shavings? They'll get on the O-ring and damage it. Pull out our bucket, make sure they didn't pack any bolts. Sometimes they'll put a package with bolts and stuff inside there, like that, just to ship it. You know, so always open it up, make sure you don't have something in there. Check your passageways, make sure there's nothing plastic blocking. You never know how they're going to do stuff for shipping. Reinstall everything like it should be. I like this one a little better. It's a lot easier to grip than that one. And then, because of the way I've designed this, it should be fairly plug and play. Now, I don't know if the height here is going to be right for this pipe here, so I may have to put a piece of wood or something under that, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Always make sure your drain is accessible. And yes, this does come with a mounting base, but you can't. Ugh, that's the. You can't use the mounting base when you're using this piping. It wants you to use that real thin, narrow piping that I was talking about. But it's okay. All right. So we got. Make sure when you're using these style pipes that you put a rubber O-ring in between the fittings, because these have no. I think it's considered a mechanical seal. They have no mechanical seal. So make sure there's no tension on your pipes. Everything seems nice and loose. There's nothing torquing on itself. Now what we'll do is I'll actually go open up the things so you can see this fill with water real quick. We may have to loosen the lid.
Yes.
Looks like it's leaking. Oh, did it? All right, so we'll loosen this now. Purge the air out like that. We'll double check, make sure everything's. You don't want any tension on anything that doesn't have to have tension on it. So make sure that's nice and straight. It's supported like it needs to be. That's supported like it needs to be. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up. Always do these things at your own risk. Wow. That is significantly more flow than it had before. That's good. We'll go ahead and check the whole system now for leaks. Anytime you open it up, really every few days. No consideration. Anyway, really at least once a week probably you should check your system. And as you're walking by to go swimming or you're going out to do some lawn work, you can look around. You'll notice if there's a leak somewhere. Here, we'll show you what it will look like. So if you had a leak somewhere, say in this joint, as you walk by, you might see, and you can quickly look and see like, hey, the sand over here, looks dry. Something don't quite look right here. So you go up, see where you can feel water. The highest point, no water here, no water there, no water there. Oh, it might be leaking from here because there's water here. Just real quick thing. But you should always do that, especially with the way they come from the factory. Because those hoses and stuff, they're worse than these style here. They're real flimsy and they're not great. So go ahead and take a look at the pump. Oh, look at that. We got all of our air out of there and she's ready to go. So thanks for watching. We appreciate you viewing this and I hope this helps. Remember to help your neighbor and we'll catch you on the next one.